ఎందుకు చేంజ్ అయినాయి? అచ్చా, ఓకే ఓకే.
पूनम बच्चो
Actual and formal argument list different length. ఏం రాసినావు ఈ రీయూజ్ మెథడ్ కి? హౌ మెనీ పారామీటర్స్ డస్ ఇట్ హ్యావ్? ఇట్ హ్యాస్ 2 పారామీటర్స్. 2 పారామీటర్లు ఇచ్చినావు ఇక్కడ. యూ హ్యావ్ గివెన్ 2 పారామీటర్స్ బట్ యూ హ్యావ్ పాస్డ్ ఓన్లీ 1 పారామీటర్ హియర్. సో దట్ ఈస్ వై ఇట్ ఈస్ థ్రోయింగ్ ఎన్ ఎర్రర్ ఫర్ యూ. ఇక్కడ ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది నీకు. చెక్ దిస్ వన్స్. ఐడియల్లీ యూ షుడ్ నాట్ బి డూయింగ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ దిస్. ఇక్కడ సింపుల్ గా this should not be this is not needed here. ఇది అవసరం లేదు.
पूनम पड़का
ఫైల్ ప్లస్ ఇది సరిపోతుంది. యూ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ టు డూ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ దిస్. మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ కూడా అదే అయింది. యూ డోంట్ నీడ్ టు డూ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ దిస్. ఇదంతా అవసరం లేదు. చెక్ చేసుకోవాలి ఇవన్నీ. యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ టు టేక్ కేర్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ థింగ్స్. cannot be accessed from outside the package. Public web to common method cannot be Krishna Chaitanya that common method cannot be accessed from outside the package. Reuse is not public, cannot be accessed. Incompatible types void cannot be converted to type Chrome driver. అవును కదా మరి. దిస్ ఇస్ అ వాయిడ్ మెథడ్. యూఆర్ స్టోరింగ్ ఇన్ అ క్రోమ్ డ్రైవర్ వేరియబుల్. ఎట్లా అవుతుంది? అట్లా కాదు. పబ్లిక్ క్రోమ్ డ్రైవర్ విల్ బి ది రిటర్న్ టైప్. రిటర్న్ డ్రైవర్. ప్యాకేజ్ ప్రాబ్లం కాదు, రిటర్న్ టైప్ ప్రాబ్లం కూడా. దిస్ ఇస్ అ ప్రాబ్లం విత్ రిటర్న్ టైప్ ఆల్సో. సరే, పుట్టింగ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ అసైడ్, అర్పిత యువర్ అసైన్మెంట్. కృష్ణ చైతన్య ఇట్లాంటివన్నీ చూసుకోవాలి, లేకపోతేనా గలీజ్ ఉంటుంది. ఇంటర్వ్యూ పోయిన తర్వాత గలీజ్ ఉంటుంది ఇట్లాంటిదంతా. ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఇన్ ద సెన్స్ వన్స్ యూ గెట్ ఇన్ టు ది ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఇట్ డజంట్ లుక్ నైస్. ఓకే, ఏమైందమ్మా? ద డ్రైవర్ ఎగ్జిక్యూటబుల్ డస్ నాట్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్. पहली बात, तुम्हारा ड्राइवर किसने देने को बोला है? यहाँ पे एक कॉमन ड्राइवर देने के लिए बोला था. तुम्हारा ड्राइवर नहीं देना है ना, कॉमन ड्राइवर पाथ देना चाहिए. सिस्टम डॉट गेट प्रॉपर्टी यूजर डॉट dir. कॉमन ड्राइवर पाथ देना है जो हर किसी के मशीन पे काम आएगा. कर सकते हैं, नो प्रॉब्लम, दैट्स फाइन. बट कंटिन्यू शॉपिंग के लिए आइडियली आई वुड एक्सपेक्ट यू टू राइट अ स्मॉल XPath and handle it. Don't put thread dot sleep. I don't have the time to do that in the class. That is I am doing it. यहाँ पे भी why are you using thread dot sleep? Implicit wait explain क्या था तुमको? Now this one driver dot quit should not be put inside a loop. अगर तुम्हारे पास बहुत सारे drivers open है, if there are many drivers present on your machine, then in that case it might make sense. ये driver dot quit बाहर आना चाहिए. It should come out of the loop ideally. It should not be included inside the loop. Why are you quitting the same driver 100 and multiple times? क्यों quit कर रहे हो? Do not quit the driver multiple times. Quit it only once. ठीक है? Quit it only once. If you put it inside this, somehow it did not throw any exception. नहीं तो तुमको ये exception आएगा. You'll get one of these selenium exceptions. कहाँ पे है वो? Either you'll get no such window exception, or else, of course, no such window exception is also not an exception. You don't have to worry. WebDriver exception. You will get this WebDriver exception. Occurs when the driver is performing action right after you close the browser. तुम close करने के बाद फिर से close कर रहे हो. Quit करने के बाद फिर से loop में quit कर रहे हो. You are quitting it in loop. So, if you are quitting something that is already quit, don't do that. WebDriver exception अगर आएगा फिर से वो झंझट, who is going to take care of all of this unnecessary nonsense? So, don't use quit in a loop. Maybe you can use close in a loop. That's fine. Close use कर सकती है क्योंकि even if there are multiple tabs open on the machine, close will work. But quit will work for the entire browser at once. क्या आइसक्रीम खाई क्या तुमने? फिर कौन आइसक्रीम खाई क्या? असाइनमेंट छोड़ के घूम रही है. हाँ, असाइनमेंट छोड़ के आइसक्रीम खा रही है. बाकी असाइनमेंट्स कहाँ गए फिर? ये 1000 कमिट्स कब होगा? व्हेन इज इट गोइंग टू बिकम 1000 कमिट्स? हाँ, अभी कुछ है पेंडिंग सबमिट करने के लिए तेरा? हो गया? क्या हो गया? स्मोक टेस्ट केसेस कौन सबमिट करेगा फिर? हु इज गोइंग टू सबमिट द स्मोक टेस्ट केस? फिर स्मोक टेस्ट केस भी सबमिट करना ना. स्मोक टेस्ट केसेस भी सबमिट करो. ये लोग पूरे खत्म करके बैठे हैं सारे असाइनमेंट्स खत्म करके. सो सबमिट द असाइनमेंट्स. व्हेन यू आर सबमिटिंग इट with some interest, carry forward that interest and submit everything. Now today's session we will see what we call as iframes. Iframes is today's topic. అంటే iframe in the sense, now the file that I have shared with you guys, this HTML file. If you observe here, there is a small box here. ऐसा box की तरह दिख रहा है. There is a small box that you see here. Now this is what we call as an iframe. Iframe means what is an iframe? One HTML file inside another HTML file. एक HTML file के अंदर दूसरा HTML file लगाना. ఒకదాని లోపల ఒకటి పెడతాం. Why should we put one HTML file inside another HTML file? Sometimes you'll get a requirement where you want to include one inside another. Maybe this one is for previously there used to be iframes on Facebook. Now it's no longer there. I mean, some before COVID, during those times there used to be iframes also on this page will be working separately and this page will be working separately. दोनों का अलग-अलग loading times. Both of them have different loading times. Both of them will be doing different activities. So simultaneously you will be rendering two pages on the same web page by including one HTML page inside another HTML page. And rather than going to that HTML page separately, if it is included in the same HTML page, that will also continue loading while the rest of the page is loading. So they wanted to include this iframe some time ago. Facebook used to include some iframe on their login page only. मतलब अभी तेरा ఎవరిదన్నా ఫేస్బుక్ ప్రొఫైల్ చెప్పండి. టెల్ మీ ఎనీ వన్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ ఫేస్బుక్ ప్రొఫైల్. అరే నేను రిక్వెస్ట్ పంపించను రా భయ్, నాకే లేదు ఫేస్బుక్ అకౌంట్. ఐ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఫేస్బుక్ అకౌంట్. ZEESHAN स्पेस कुछ है, स्पेस है. हाँ अरे इतने जीशन जागीरदार है, कहाँ से निकालू तेरा? होल्ड ऑन. नहीं ये वाला भी, ये वाला तो कैसे भी नहीं हो सकता. उतना पर्सनालिटी है नहीं तेरा. माय गॉड, इतना हिंदी. ठीक है, रहने दो इसका. So what we used to have previously was, even without logging in, what used to happen was, left hand side में ऐसा you would have seen your profile like this at the left hand side, and right hand side में I mean exactly same thing previously also, but UI is slightly a little bit different. मतलब this left hand side will show you the profile separately, and right hand side में your recent Facebook posts. मतलब why are we doing this ante, this will give you your personal details, a separate HTML file. This will give you your recent Facebook activity, a separate HTML file, rather than including both of them on the same page. They might have included, I mean previously they used to include separate iframes here. This iframe would deal with only your profile, which will be retrieved separately. This would deal with only your recent Facebook recent Facebook activity, again separately. So rather than maintaining everything on the same page, they used to divide it. One HTML file just for profile, another HTML file just for your recent Facebook activity. Why? To separate these things. And if you log in, everything will be visible on the same page. But those who do not log in and want to take a look, they used to have it like this previously. This is not the UI ideally. iframes कोई use नहीं कर रहा आजकल. Nobody is using iframe. But if at all you have iframes, you will not be seeing it like a box like this. I did not use any graphics here. That is why you are seeing it as a box separately. Usually if you open any website and check, you will not even realize that there is an iframe on the page. That graphics will be so good. Now this is that just a simple plain HTML file. That is why you are seeing as a separate box here. Ideally if you open any website, अब देख, you are getting this particular screen where it is asking you to enter your mobile number. Now if you want to enter your mobile number here, अगर तेरे को मोबाइल नंबर एंटर करना है इसमें, you cannot enter directly, because I mean previously even this used to have an iframe. मतलब this form is completely different where you are entering your mobile number. ये form completely अलग है. This is like a separate HTML file, and this is again a separate HTML file. Both of them look like the same web page. एक ही web page है. Both of them are same web page, but on the same web page you can include multiple HTML documents using iframes. So in that case your automation is going to be completely different again. Your automation will not work directly. There is a different approach again for the automation here. मतलब let's say if you see this enter text, this is present, this text field is present inside the iframe. Now how to type inside this text field which is present inside the iframe? Let's see that first. అలర్ట్స్ కదా, అలర్ట్స్లో వేసినట్టు. ఓకే, డ్రైవర్ డాట్ ఫైండ్ ఎలిమెంట్ బై డాట్ id is equal to iframe text. Okay, dot send keys. What will we type? We'll type hello world. Okay, let's see if it is typing or not. Inside the iframe के अंदर type करना है. I don't want to type outside the iframe. So is it typing here? Type नहीं करा. And what is it saying? Why is it not typing? Line number 11. What is it? What does it say? No such element exception. There is no such type of element. That is what it is saying. But is my iframe text value correct? IFRAMETEXT. Is it correct? Yes, IFRAMETEXT. Spelling is also correct by ID. Okay. Everything is correct. My locator is perfectly fine, but still it is not working because if you observe this element is inside iframe. मतलब graphically देखने पे you can realize that this is inside iframe, but not always your graphics will be helpful. Here I did not put any graphics, so iframe is very clearly visible here ऐसा एक डब्बे में. But reality, your dabba will not be visible in real time. You will not even realize that there is an iframe on the web page. Then in that case, how do you identify? There is a tag called as iframe tag in your HTML page. I mean in your elements section. There is a tag called as iframe tag. That iframe tag is an indicator. Now see, observe, iframe tag hai. Inside this iframe tag, my entire dabba, my entire HTML file is present. And my element is also present inside the iframe tag only. If I expand the iframe tag and if I go down, see, यहाँ पे है. My element is present inside the iframe tag. That means my element is present inside the iframe on that particular page. So I cannot do normal automation just by doing send keys. So whenever your locator is correct, everything looks to be fine, but still you are not able to automate. Always verify if there is an iframe on the page. Of course, you will immediately jump to JavaScript executor. As I told you, JavaScript executor देखो. I only told you to use JavaScript executor if your locators are not working fine. But before jumping to JavaScript executor, even JavaScript executor cannot do anything for you if it is present in the iframe. So if your locator is not working, always verify if there is an iframe on the page. Iframe unda. Is there any iframe on the page? Verify that. And then accordingly, make sure you are interacting with that element. So how to interact with the element? This is how you will do. Before you want to type, okay, you want to interact with normal text elements. देखो, if you want to interact with normal elements, now this element is present inside the frame or outside the frame? It is present outside the frame. So if you want to interact with this, normal id is equal to text. You can write normal code like this: driver dot find element by dot id text dot send keys hello world. This is enough. You will be able to automate this very easily. Straightforward automation. Outside the frame, pretty straightforward. You don't have to worry. It's a very simple automation. Deck. Outside the frame, it is happening regularly, normally using your Selenium locators. But inside the frame, it is not happening. And on top of that, at line number 12, it says no such element exception. So, will you handle with this try catch block? Will you handle this with try catch block or what? What are you going to do? Try catch block handle कर सकते हैं इसको? No. Why? Can we handle this with try catch block? Yes or no? Yes. Explanation. No explanation. Anyone? Why can't we handle this with try catch block? Okay, it's not a mistake. Okay, then what will you do? And why do you think try catch will not help in this case? I only told you that exception handling should be done using try catch. Then why can't you handle this with try catch? Yes, we can write catch no element exception found. Okay, we can handle with exception handling अंटुंड. Okay, anyone else? ठीक है, exception handling करेंगे इसको. Let's do exception handling for this. Try. Okay, I'll put this in try. Try ला పెడతాను నేను. అదే అదే అది అర్థమయ్యేటట్టు చెప్పాలి అది. Okay, followed by catch exception e. ठीक है, you're handling with try catch block. ठीक है, try catch block करने के बाद क्या होगा? Let's see. Is it still handling? Exception nahi aa raha hai, okay, exception is not coming here, exception is suppressed, okay, but is it typing inside the field? No, this is not a problem with exception handling. I mean, this is not something to do with exception handling. I told you that this is what kind of exception, checked or unchecked? This is an unchecked exception. What is an unchecked exception? There is a logical issue in the code. The logical issue is that either you are dividing by 0 or you are accessing an element outside the index in the array, or in this case, this has got nothing to do with your exception handling. This has everything to do with your iframe handling. Exception handling, yes, no, you did exception handling, but were you able to type? What did I tell you about exception handling? Exception handling will only handle the exception, but will not give output for the code, or will not execute that code and give a result for that code execution. Now you are handling your driver dot find element send keys using try catch. Okay, exception nahi aa raha hai. But is it typing? Is it output in the sense, not the method wala output? All I am saying is the code doing its job there? Output in the sense, is the code doing its job? उसका job क्या है? Type करना. It has to type in the element. Is it actually typing in the element because of try catch? Then what is the point in handling using try catch? Because this is not an exception. The exception, you might be getting no such element exception, which is understandable. Is your locator incorrect? No, my locator is correct. Still I am getting no such element exception. Is it something related to weights? No, it's not related to weights. When the upper wala element, when the top element is working, the bottom element should also work. Then what is the problem? The problem is there is an iframe here. అర్థం కాలే. ఫస్ట్ పేజ్లో చెక్కింగ్, సెకండ్ పేజ్లో చెక్కింగ్. అవును, యా, that is the reason kada. You have iframes in this page, that is why it is not, Selenium is not directly able to recognize the code. If there is an iframe on the page, you need to instruct Selenium that was there is iframe on the page, do the automation accordingly. You need to instruct Selenium, otherwise Selenium will not be able to do it. Although Selenium looks very smart, in these kind of things it is a little bit dumb. It might look a little bit smart to you, but it's a little bit dumb also sometimes. So this is not a problem with your try catch or with your exception handling. The problem lies with the code that you have written. The problem lies with your iframe on the page. Page pe iframe hai. There is an iframe on the page. That is why you will not be able to handle this properly. So first you need to handle the iframe. You need to first handle the iframe, and then you need to write the automation code. Matlab, first I am typing hello world outside the frame. Okay, now I want to get inside the frame, so I will write driver dot switch to dot frame. I need to switch to the frame. Unless I switch to the frame, I cannot do anything. Now switching to the frame is 3 types again. How do we switch? Based on the index of the frame. Page pe kitne frames hai? How many frames are there? Based on that, what is the index of that frame that you want to shift to? Because if you will have multiple frames. You will have 10-20 frames also on a single page sometimes. Depends on the kind of application. So if you are going to use index, I have only one frame on this page, so my frame ka index is 0, so I will go ahead with driver dot switch to dot frame of 0. So 0th or first frame, see, now it is automating inside the frame also, because I said switch to frame. But switching to the frame based on index might be a little bit of a gamble. Sometimes frame ka andar bhi frame rehta hai. Kabhi you will have frame inside another frame also. In that case, it is going to be a little bit difficult to handle your iframes using indexes. So apart from indexes, you have other way of switching to the frame also, like this. Based on the name attribute value of the iframe tag. Iframe tag, there will be an iframe tag. Without iframe tag, your iframes cannot exist. If you want to include an iframe tag is mandatory, must. So the iframe tag must be having a name attribute for it. So based on the name attribute ka value here, like this. So this is switching frame based on frame index. Next, driver dot switch to dot frame, name attribute ka value is I capital F frame. Okay, switching frame based on iframe tags, name attribute value. Now If you execute the code, this way also you can automate, no problem. First it is automating outside the page, then it is going inside the page. But what if I slightly change the code here? मैं यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा कोड चेंज करूंगा. यहाँ पे I will change the code slightly here. ఎట్లా చేంజ్ చేస్తానంటే first I will immediately first switch to the frame, then I will type in both inside the frame and outside the frame. I will first switch to the frame. पहला switch मार दूंगा. I will switch to the frame and then I will type outside the frame and inside the frame. Let's see what will happen in that case. What was I previously doing? I was first automating outside the frame, then switching to the frame, then automating inside the frame. But this time, at the beginning of the program only, I am switching to the frame, and then I am doing automation on the entire page, inside, outside, everything. Let's see if it will work or not. So is anything happening on the page? No. Why? Because at the start of the program only you are switching to the frame and you are saying type outside the frame. ऐसा थोड़ी ना होगा. If you are switching to the frame, do the automation inside the frame. That's it. It's not like a instruction that you are giving. When you are switching to the frame, Selenium will completely automate the frame only. It will not interact with elements outside the frame. Frame के लिए बाहर आना पड़ेगा फिर से. It has to come outside the frame. Once it goes into the frame, all the automation will be concentrated inside the frame only. It cannot come outside the frame unless you tell it to come out of the frame. So it's not like program के starting में I'll switch to the frame, then I will do the automation. खुलासा बिल्ला వేసుకుంటా నేను. धीरे धीरे हम automation कर देंगे. At the start of the program itself I'll switch to the frame. एक काम हो जाएगा. No, that's not how it works. When required only then you need to switch to the frame. So first I want to automate outside the frame, then I will do my automation outside the frame like this. I'll do my automation outside the frame. Then I am required to switch to the frame. I am switching to the frame. Then I am typing it here. So that is why you need to be careful when you are switching to the frame. Switch only when required. It's not like a variable which you declare at the start of the program. Starting में declare करेंगे, starting में switch करेंगे. That does not work. Starting లో ఒక్కసారి switch అయిపోతుంది కదా. No, does not work like that. Only when required switch to it. Otherwise don't switch to it. Because once you switch to the framework, it will do all the automation inside the if you switch to the frame, it will do all the automation inside the frame only. It will not do any automation outside the frame. Now if you observe, I am first automating outside the frame, switching to the frame, then doing automation inside the frame. What if I want to click on this or type in this particular element? ये element में मेरे को type करना है. This element, is it present inside the frame or outside the frame? This is outside the frame. So if I want to type inside this frame abhi, text2, id is text2. So if I say driver dot find element by dot id value is text2, and I'll say dot send keys hi like this. Where is it typing? Is it typing inside the frame or outside the frame? कहाँ type कर रहा है? Frame के अंदर type कर रहा है कि frame के बाहर? Inside the frame it is typing. It is not typing outside the frame because you did not give it an instruction to come out of the frame. Frame के बाहर आने के लिए नहीं बोला. You need to instruct it to come out of the frame also. Unless you tell it to come out of the frame, it will keep on automating inside the frame only. Frame का अंदर ही बैठते रहेगा वो. So the third way of switching to the frame, one is based on index, one is based on the name attribute ka value for the iframe tag. The third one is driver dot switch to dot frame. You can write the locator for your iframe. Any of the 8 locators that you can use for your iframe, XPath, ID, name, whatever that you want to use for your iframe locator. I mean iframe tag. So if you want to write XPath, you will have to say driver dot find element by dot XPath iframe at the rate name is equal to iframe. So any of these 3 ways you can switch to the iframe, whichever is possible for you. Either write the locator for the iframe, or write the index for the iframe, or use the name attribute value for the iframe tag. Whichever way you want, you can switch to the iframe and do the automation. But Now how to come out of the I-frame? I-frame से बाहर कैसे आने का? Because going into the frame is one task, coming out of the frame is another task. So अरे कोई है? Is there anyone in this class, in this course, who is an MSc Mathematics? Is there anyone in this course who is an MSc Mathematics? कोई है जो MSc Mathematics है? Anyone? I need a small help regarding MSc Mathematics. Anyone in your relatives? Anyone in your family? Your brother, sister, elder brother, elder sister, younger brother, younger sister? Anyone who is a MSc Mathematics? है? MSc Mathematics? तू है? रिलेटिव्स बोले तो अभी बहुत दूर जाना पड़ेगा फिर. I need an information by afternoon today, so इसीलिए मिल जाएगा. BSc Mathematics नहीं भाई, MSc चाहिए मेरे को. I want an MSc Mathematics. I have a small requirement in MSc Mathematics. So ठीक है, what you are going to do is ask your relative how is MSc Mathematics for someone who has completed their degree very recently. हाँ, your sibling is MSc Mathematics. Okay. अभी पढ़ रहे हैं कि are they studying now or they completed it? अभी पढ़ रहे हैं. Completed. ठीक है. One of my friends want to pursue MSc Mathematics. भी हमको उतना मैथ्स आता नहीं है. That is why we are into testing. So ask your sibling or ask your friend how is MSc Mathematics for someone who has recently completed their degree. BCom या BSc, they have done something, I don't know. They want to pursue MSc Mathematics. अभी admissions चल रहे हैं हमारे state में. So they want to pursue MSc Mathematics now. So how good or how easy or how manageable is it? Easy तो नहीं होगा. Maths is never easy. So how manageable is it? And in which college did they study? मतलब is it from a university or is it from a small college or is it an open degree kind of a thing, distance degree kind of a thing? What is it? ठीक है. Try to know these details and message me on Slack. जितना जल्दी हो सके उतना जल्दी. Which the faster it is, the better it will be. ठीक है. What is their course? What are their course contents? Because I have seen, I have done Google search. Google says there is MSc Mathematics with computer applications also. He wants a pure maths degree. Pure maths. So that is what it is. So which one is better? Maths, pure maths is better. Pure maths plus computers is better. Which one is better? He wants to know that. He asked me. I don't know about anything about maths. I know everything about computers, but I don't know anything about maths. So I said I'll try to gather some information. So I am just a BTech graduate. I don't have PG. I have only UG. So I can't suggest him on those things. So if you find any information, if you know any information, check with your relatives, whoever or whenever they have completed it, how recently they have completed it. COVID से पहले complete किया है तो I don't think it will be helpful for my friend. अभी recently 1-2 साल पहले हो गया है, so maybe course curriculum change नहीं होगा, so it might be useful for him. इसीलिए he doesn't want to get into computers and all. उसको pure maths पढ़ना है उसको. So I don't know which university offers it, what do they do, I don't know anything about it. So इसीलिए हाँ नहीं, there are another courses in the market where I have seen it on Google, Shiksha, those websites I have seen where they are offering MSc Mathematics with computer applications. So that's again our some of the topics that I have seen, some of the syllabus that I have seen is again covered from BTech Computer Science only. Ambedkar Open University offers it, IGNO also offers it, but Ambedkar Open University is pure mathematics. IGNO is mathematics with computers. Which one is beneficial? I want to know that. He asked me, so yeah, he gave me the same two options. Which one is better, Bolke? Don't join IGNO. Why? Any specific reason why you don't want to join IGNO? ఇగ్నో చాలా ఫేమస్ కదా, వరల్డ్ ఫేమస్ ఇగ్నో అంటే ఇందిరాగాంధీ ఓపెన్ యూనివర్సిటీ. हाँ डिस्टेंस ही चाहिए. आई मीन इवन इफ इट इज डिस्टेंस आल्सो ही कैन मैनेज. वो अभी काम कर रहा है नौकरी कहीं तो भी. ही वांट्स टू ही डजंट वांट टू स्टॉप हिज वर्क. कुछ ना कुछ तो उसको मिल रहा है, 20,000 30,000 कुछ कुछ मिल रहा है उसको. हिज लाइन ऑफ वर्क इज अ लिटिल बिट डिफरेंट, सो ही डजंट वांट टू स्टॉप वर्किंग. ही वांट्स टू साइमल्टेनियसली डू, आई मीन ही साइमल्टेनियसली वांट्स टू स्टडी आल्सो. सो इसीलिए he doesn't want to stop. अगर उसको नौकरी छोड़ देने का है, there are many institutes, many colleges in Hyderabad which will offer MSc Mathematics, but he doesn't want to stop. हाँ अटेंडेंस मैनेज कर सकता है हैदराबाद में, that's one thing that we can do. 10,000 देंगे उनको तो अटेंडेंस पूरा मैनेज कर लेंगे वो लोग कॉलेज वाले. बट he doesn't want to do it like that. He wants to do it from an open university where it is reputed. Basically he is a working professional मेरा दोस्त, so he wants to do it like that. हाँ डिस्टेंस से ही करना पड़ेगा उसको. डिस्टेंस में ही हैज गॉट 2 ऑप्शंस, अंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी इन जुबली हिल्स हैदराबाद एंड इग्नो यूनिवर्सिटी दिल्ली. So which one is beneficial? He asked me. I am being more specific here. He asked me which one of these is better. IGNO is offering MSc Mathematics with computer applications. Ambedkar University is offering only MSc Mathematics, pure mathematics. So which one is beneficial बोल के मेरे को पूछ रहा था. मैं तो अंगूठा छाप, मेरे को क्या पता वो सब कुछ. आई नो ओनली अबाउट कंप्यूटर्स. हाँ कर रहा है कि कर दिया है? अच्छा ओके. हाँ ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी है. ही डजंट हैव टू गो टू द कॉलेज. डिस्टेंस में है सब कुछ. सी इग्नो इज अ वेरी ओल्ड यूनिवर्सिटी. 1980s में कुछ आई हैव सीन इन गूगल की 1984 कुछ है उसका. अंबेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी हैदराबाद वाला इज 93 और 94 समथिंग. बस 10 साल का फर्क है दोनों में. बट समहाउ इग्नो इज फेमस व्हेन कंपेयर्ड टू अंबेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी. इंदिरा गांधी यूनिवर्सिटी इज फार मोर फेमस देन योर अंबेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी समहाउ. आई डोंट नो व्हाई इट इज फेमस, बट समहाउ इग्नो इज फेमस व्हेन कंपेयर्ड टू अंबेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी. समझा नहीं? इग्नो में ड्यूरेशन, हाँ उसमें भी लिखा था. आई हैव डन द रिसर्च फॉर माय फ्रेंड. इट सेज मिनिमम 2 years MSc और मैक्सिमम 4 years MSc. मैक्सिमम 4 years में कर सकते हैं. सेम थिंग विद अंबेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी ऑल्सो. सी दोनों में pretty much there is no फर्क, there is no difference between both of them. Almost both of them are offering the same kind of program, but Indira Gandhi University is not offering a pure MSc Mathematics degree. It is offering MSc Mathematics with computer applications. He doesn't want to get into computers at all. उसको interest नहीं है computers. He wants to pursue pure mathematics degree. समझा नहीं? अच्छा कंप्यूटर विद मैथमेटिक्स में स्कोप है, अच्छा स्कोप है. प्योर मैथमेटिक्स में नहीं है. व्हाई डू यू थिंक सो? हाँ ओह आईआईटी इंदौर में आईआईटी भी है. अच्छा ओके. हाँ तो फिर क्या हुआ उनके साथ? कुछ नहीं हुआ इसीलिए. अच्छा मतलब जॉब कर रहा है वो प्योर मैथमेटिक्स है कि मैथमेटिक्स विद कंप्यूटर्स? तो फिर नौकरी तो मिल गई, और क्या चाहिए? हाँ अच्छा अच्छा प्रोफेसर बनना है तो प्योर मैथ्स लेना है. कंप्यूटर प्रोफेशनल बनना है तो मैथ्स. हाँ दोनों भी कर सकते. नहीं प्रॉब्लम ये है कि किसमें लर्निंग कर्व ज्यादा है. उसको मैथ्स बहुत इंटरेस्ट है, उसको मैथ्स बहुत पढ़ना है, बट इज अ लिटिल बिट कंफ्यूज्ड क्योंकि अंबेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी इज नॉट दैट फेमस इज व्हाट ही सेज. मेरे को तो पता नहीं. इट लुक्स लाइक अ वेरी फेमस यूनिवर्सिटी ओनली, बट इग्नो इज वेरी फेमस. फॉरेन में भी इग्नो को पहचानते हैं. इवन इफ यू गो आउटसाइड इंडिया आल्सो दे रिकॉग्नाइज. आई मीन लोगों को पता है इग्नो बोल के एक इंस्टीट्यूट है बोल के, एक यूनिवर्सिटी है बोल के. बट इग्नो इज नॉट ऑफरिंग अ प्योर मैथ्स कोर्स, सो इज अ लिटिल बिट कंफ्यूज्ड. रेप्यूटेशन के हिसाब से इग्नो इज बेटर, कोर्स के हिसाब से अंबेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी इज बेटर, पैसे को हिसाब से भी अंबेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी इज बेटर. अंबेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी इज टेकिंग ओनली 15,000 फॉर द एंटायर कोर्स. इग्नो इज चार्जिंग अराउंड 30,000, डबल द फीस फॉर दिस थिंग. ही कैन अफोर्ड द मनी बट ही वांट्स टू नो विच वन इज बेटर. कौन सा लेंगे तो स्कोप रहेगा फ्यूचर में बोल के. इट्स नॉट लाइक योर टेस्टिंग कोर्स 3 महीने में हो जाएगा. इट्स अ 2 year और 4 year कमिटमेंट. सो कमिटमेंट दे पाएगा नहीं बोल के है उसको. हाँ, अरे दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में मेरे को कैसा आएगा, मेरे को मेरे दोस्त को, हम तो पढ़ाई में बहुत पीछे हैं हम लोग. कंप्यूटर हमको आता है. दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी का कट ऑफ ही परसेंटाइल इज टू हाई. हमको थोड़ी ना आएगा. जनरल कैटेगरी ऊपर से हमको घंटा आएगा वहां पे. हमारे पढ़ाई हमारी स्किल्स के ऊपर तो कुछ नहीं आएगा हमारे स्किल्स पे. गो फॉर काकतीय और उस्मानिया. एंट्रेंस अड़तुर ब्रदर, दे आर आस्किंग एंट्रेंस. He did not write the entrance. अभी उसको टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करना है. He wants to directly get into this university without any entrance. So Ambedkar Open University does not, or Ambedkar or IGNOU is not requiring or is not asking for any entrance. जिस पैसे भरो बस खत्म, एनरोल हो जाओ. स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड, मुन्ना भाई MBBS की तरह. हाँ, अलग यूनिवर्सिटी. अभी OU JNTU में करना है तो you'll have to write entrance. You'll have to get a proper rank. रैंक के हिसाब से, कट ऑफ के हिसाब से रहेगा. पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन यूनिवर्सिटी इन सिकंदराबाद, you can help it. You can, it is helpful. Unnecessary computers अंटवा. Okay, if anyone has got any update on this, just message me on Slack by afternoon. Because अभी आते आते मैंने देखा है कि इग्नो का कट ऑफ आज ही है. टुडे इज द लास्ट डे टू अप्लाई फॉर इग्नो. तो अगर लास्ट मिनट में इफ इग्नो इज बेटर इंस्टीट्यूट बोल के समझ में आ गया आज के कल से वी कैन नॉट अप्लाई फॉर इग्नो इन एडमिशन. माय फ्रेंड वो आगे कल पूछा था मेरे को. आई वाज लाइक व्हाई आर यू पुशिंग मी नाउ. इतने दिन क्या किया. तो टुडे इज द लास्ट डेट. अभी आते आते मेट्रो में रियलाइज दैट टुडे इज द लास्ट डे फॉर इग्नो एडमिशंस. वो गधा अभी कल आके मेरे को पूछ रहा था. Whereas Ambedkar University is still is having deadline till 13th August. You have another 2 weeks of time at least to think and take a decision. वो गधा कल आके मेरे को पूछ रहा था. मेरे को क्या पता. అప్లై చేసి అయిపోతుంది కాదంటలే, కానీ పైసలు కట్టాలి కదా. పైసలు ఇప్పుడు సెమిస్టర్కి 7,000 చిల్లర. 4 సెమిస్టర్లకి 30,000 దగ్గర దగ్గర. ఎందులో ఇగ్నోలో. అంబేద్కర్లో ఏడాదికి 7,500. అంటే ఇప్పుడు వాడి జీతంకి 7,500 ఇప్పుడు ఖర్చు పెట్టరా అంటే వాడు ఫీల్ అవుతాడు మళ్ళా. కట్టువే 7,500 ఏముంది అంటే 7,500 అంటే వానికి మస్తు ఎక్కువ వాని జీతంకి అట్లా. అందుకే నేనేం మాట్లాడలే. సరే చెక్ చేస్తారా అని చెప్పిన నేను. भाई बोल बोल बोल. अच्छा तो PhD करना है तो प्योर मैथ्स लेना है. अच्छा, you're no longer a pure mathematics candidate. You are maths plus computers candidate. हाँ, ये काम नहीं आएगा. अच्छा, डिस्टेंस वाले प्रोफेसर भी नहीं बन सकते. अगर नहीं बन सकते. हाँ, आई डोंट थिंक ही इज इंटरेस्टेड इन बीइंग अ प्रोफेसर आल्सो. उसको उतना इंटरेस्ट नहीं है बट ही वांट्स अ मैथ्स डिग्री. दैट्स व्हाट ही इज मोर इंटरेस्टेड इन मैथ्स. अभी वो घंटा पड़ेगा 2 साल नौकरी छोड़ के. ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ గోయింగ్ టు బి పాసిబుల్ ఫర్ హిమ్. వానికంత సీన్ లేదు. ఉద్యోగం ఆపే చదువురా అంటే వాడు బొంగు చదువుతాడు. వాడు చదవడు. వాడు उसके साथ नहीं होगा वो सब कुछ. So तुम लोग शायद I mean some of you might be doing your MSc BSc, so that is why I wanted to check with you guys. हम क्या है, हम तो बीटेक वाले हैं. 1 लाख का रैंक आएगा तो भी तेलंगाना में सीट्स रहते हैं हमको. नो प्रॉब्लम. स्टूडेंट से ज्यादा सीट्स है तेलंगाना में. सो नो प्रॉब्लम फॉर अस. हम एंट्रेंस में फेल हुए तो भी हमको मिलता है सीट. बीटेक सेशनल दोज हैव डन बीटेक कैन कंफर्म. आई नो, आई कैन कंफर्म. आई एम अ बीटेक ग्रेजुएट. बहुत बीटेक है यहाँ पे. देर आर 2 lakh seats in 2.5 lakh seats in तेलंगाना, but only 1.5 lakh candidates available. बहुत सारे कॉलेज में 2-3 लोग ही रहते हैं पूरा कॉलेज में. That's how it is in Telangana. There are far too many colleges and far too many seats. Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, there are lot of seats available. Candidates are less. So बीटेक वालों से ये सजेशन नहीं लेने का कभी कभी. So As you have done only bachelor's, can you let me know whether education and qualification has impacted your corporate journey? No, corporate journey impact नहीं हुआ, शादी का journey में impact हुआ. लड़की लोग are far more qualified than me, so that is why I don't get selected for the matches. It has not impacted my corporate journey. It has impacted my marriage journey. To be more specific, you got the answer. So that's how it is. हमारे यहाँ पूछते हैं, if you are just B.Tech, cheap, get lost. That's what they'll say. If you are just B.Tech. If you are M.Tech, wow. అదో మేముంటా చూడు, ఎందుకురా నీ బతుకు నువ్వు అని చెప్పి అని అట్లా. ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ ఎర్నింగ్ 20 lakhs 30 lakhs per annum, ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ స్టిల్ అ B.Tech, ఎందుకురా నీ బతుకు నువ్వు బతికి ఎందుకు అసలు అంటాడు. అదే ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ అన్ M.Tech, వావ్. ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ యువర్ సాలరీ ఇస్ జస్ట్ 10 lakhs 15 lakhs, దే ఆర్ లైక్ వావ్. M.Tech, PG, so I am just a B.Tech. So हमको वो सब कुछ आता नहीं है हमको बेसिकली. अभी कौन समझाए उनको? आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन हेल्पिंग देम अंडरस्टैंड. जो है सो है, अभी हमको B.Tech ही है, बस खत्म. ऑन टॉप ऑफ इट मेरे ब्रांच में तो मेरे कॉलेज में तो मेरे कॉलेज itself is a very stupid college. There is no recognition. I mean, it is not even recognized anywhere in the entire state also. No one recognizes JBIT. अच्छा है, क्या अच्छा है पता है तेरे को? JBIT कहाँ पे? बहुत बसा देख के तुम बोल रहे थे. ऐसा बोले तो मेरे कॉलेज में अब्दुल कलाम है, पता है तेरे को? एक एनुअल डे को अब्दुल कलाम आए थे. माय पेरेंट्स और लाइक, देख हर कॉलेज में मूवी स्टार्स आते हैं, तेरे कॉलेज में अब्दुल कलाम आया, तेरा कॉलेज कितना बड़ा है बोल के. अच्छा, उस हिसाब से हम एडमिशन लिया. तेरे को पता है, बाद में पता चला अब्दुल कलाम को देख के, सिनेमा स्टार्स को देख के कॉलेज में एडमिशन नहीं लेने का. माय पेरेंट्स वर वेरी प्राउड. देख तेरे कॉलेज में अब्दुल कलाम आए, मेरे बाकी कॉलेज में टीवी एंकर लोग आते, कॉमेडियन लोग आते, सिनेमा स्टार्स आते, तेरे कॉलेज में कितना अच्छा पढ़ाई करते हैं, इसलिए हम अब्दुल कलाम आया, मिसाइल मैन ऑफ इंडिया बोल के. ज्वाइन करने के बाद समझ में आया अब्दुल कलाम जी जो है उनको पता नहीं हमारा कॉलेज का रियलिटी, इसीलिए आ गए. हमारे कॉलेज वाले गुड एट मार्केटिंग, माय पेरेंट्स वर गुड एट बिलीविंग. खत्म. నాదా 2016 నేను ఇంటర్న్షిప్ కూడా చేసిన. నాది సిఎస్సి కాదులే బ్రదర్, అదొక రకమైనది, అది ఈసీ నాది. ఈసీ है, इसीलिए कंप्यूटर में है. मोहल्ले के अंकल बोले कि इफ यू टेक ईसी यू कैन अप्लाई फॉर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड कंप्यूटर्स, बेटा दोनों कर सकते बोल के, इसीलिए हम ईसी में आए. मोहल्ले के अंकल वाले बोले कि डू ईसी, बहुत स्कोप है, इधर नहीं तो उधर, दोनों में पाव लगा सकते बोल के. ना ईसी समझ में आया ना कंप्यूटर समझ में आया, टेस्टिंग में आके गिरे हम लोग. ऐसा అట్లా అంకుల్ వాళ్ళకి ఏం పని చెప్పు, ఏదో ఒకటి చెప్పాలి కాదు, చెప్తారు అట్లా. సో ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు డూ దిస్ విత్ మై ఫ్రెండ్. నేనే ఆల్రెడీ అయిపోయింది నాకే. ఇప్పుడు నేను మళ్ళీ చెప్పిండు అనుకో, వాడు మళ్ళీ ఇట్లా అయిపోయాడు అనుకో, వాడు నన్ను వేసుకుంటాడు. మళ్ళీ 10 ఏళ్ళ తర్వాత వాడు మళ్ళీ వచ్చి నా కొడుకు చెప్పిండు అందుకే నేను ఇట్లా జాయిన్ అయినా అని చెప్పాడు, మళ్ళీ నన్ను వేసుకుంటాడు. అందుకే ప్రాపర్ రీసెర్చ్ చేద్దామని చెప్పాను. సో కమింగ్ బ్యాక్ టు యువర్ iframes, now that you have done your iframe automation, you're stuck inside the iframe, you need to come out of the iframe. iframe के बाहर कैसे आओगे? How do you come out of the iframe? Simple. Now take this as the main page. ये जो है तुम्हारा main page, this is your main page, like this. This is your main page. Now inside the main page, let's say this is frame 1. This is your frame 1. This is your frame 2. ये तुम्हारा दूसरा फ्रेम है. This is your frame 2. Now this is your frame, this is a frame present inside frame 1, so that is why this is frame 1.1. This is frame 1.2, because these frames are not like frame 1 and frame 2. These frames are frames present inside another frame. Frame के अंदर frame है. So if you say switch to frame, so you need to write the X path for this frame and you will switch to this particular frame. If you say switch to frame 1.1, first you need to switch to this frame, then you need to switch to this frame. So 2 बार switch करना पड़ेगा. You'll have to switch 2 times if you have nested frames. Frame के अंदर frame. Now, how to come out of the frame? There are 2 ways of coming out of the frame. So either you will say, if you are in 1.1, frame 1.1, matlab you are deep inside the frame. So if you come out of the frame, you have one more frame. 1.1 से बाहर आएगा, so 1 है. 1 से बाहर आएगा, then you will get the main page. So the problem here is, you will have to switch the frame 2 times. You have a method called as driver dot switch to parent frame. If you say parent frame, it will come one frame outside. So 1.1 will come to 1. If you write parent frame here in frame 2, frame 2 से बाहर main frame को आ जाएगा. If you say parent frame, इसका parent frame क्या है? What is the parent frame for frame 2? Main page. There is no frame at all. उससे बाहर आएगा. You come out of frame 2 directly main page. But 1.1, there is frame 1. 1, then main page. So if you use parent frame for 1.1 or 1.2, you are only going to come one page, one frame outside. एक ही frame immediate parent को आएगा. But if you use parent frame for frame 2, you will directly come to the main page. But what if you want to directly come out of the frame? मतलब without switching to parent frame, one frame बाहर नहीं आने का, you want to directly come out of the frame, पूरा frame बाहर आ जाने का. At a time you want to come directly out of the frame, you will use something called as driver dot switch to dot default content. Interview question, a very simple, basic, commonly asked interview question. How do you come out of the frames? You can answer any of these two, nothing wrong in that, but there is a reason why we use each one of them. In this page, if I use parent frame, okay, in this page if I use parent frame, I will go to main frame on main page only, because there is no nested frame here. I use default content, again the same thing. So for this page, using parent frame or default content is both the same. There is no difference on this page. But if at all there is a nested frame, agar nested frame hai, in that case if I use parent frame, it will only come one frame outside. So if I want to totally come out of the frames at a time all together and directly to the main page, then I should use default content. Now observe. See, it is not typing high inside the frame. It is typing outside the frame. Okay? You have come out of the frame because you have used parent frame. It is coming only one frame outside. Default content, it will come totally outside of all the frames and directly to the main page. So in this case, using parent frame or default content on this HTML page does not show any difference. It's both the same. That's how it will be. So this is how you can come out of your frames in Selenium. Okay? I have given the details also for you. See? Driver dot switch to dot parent frame switches control to the parent frame. Default content switches control to the main web page irrespective of the number of iframes. That's how it will be. So you have all these notes, all these details. So just go through these details. Ante ekko tension vadakandi. Okay? Who is that who has messaged in the Slack group? अच्छा, तुमने मैसेज किया है. Nowadays, machine learning and data science time is going on. So for that, mathematics and statistics coding is necessary. हाँ, ठीक है. लेकिन if I don't have a mathematics degree, no one will recruit me. अभी देखो, mathematics, everyone has a misconception. As someone inside the industry, I'll give you a small update. The update is that, see, AI is going to take away our jobs, no doubt about it. लेकिन किसका job जाएगा? Whose jobs are going to be laid off or who are going to be laid off in the industry? Entry level jobs बिल्कुल निकाल देंगे. Entry level jobs पक्का. Why? AI is still in its very beginning phase. AI is not fully implemented everywhere, and there are areas where AI cannot take a decision. Ultimately, you need human intervention in that. So, एक project में अगर 20 लोग काम कर रहे, there are 20 people working in a project. Out of them, 7-8 members are freshers. पक्का those freshers and their work will get automated, or at least 60%, 75% of those freshers will be let go of, because उनका काम AI कर देगा. So they will reduce these salaries, or they will lay off those entry level people and give those jobs to AI. Now the mid level, senior level employees, they'll have to do their work properly now. कभी कभी क्या होता है, कभी कभी नहीं, मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द टाइम्स व्हाट हैपेंस, वी विल गिव आवर वर्क टू जूनियर्स ओनली. कर ले. Juniors, they will be paid less, but they will be doing more work. As seniors, we feel that we are entitled to do that. हमको कौन रोकेगा, हम करके करेंगे, juniors से करवाएंगे बोल के. Now that is no longer possible. AI, although is going to impact your job, it's not going to directly or immediately in the next 5 to 10 years will not impact these kind of jobs. Your line of work might change, but it's not that you'll be completely laid off. Okay. बिगिनर लेवल जॉब्स जो करते हैं, नहीं तो कॉल सेंटर जॉब्स जो रहते हैं, दिस विल बी ऑब्वियसली ऑटोमेटेड यूजिंग योर एआई. AI will take care of it, but will it be 100% automated? No, 100% automated नहीं रहेगा. There will still be human intervention required. Where you had 100 jobs previously will now be 30-40 jobs only. That's how it is. Ultimately human beings are required. It's not that China का videos दिखाते हैं, even there also you will not have 100% automation. Number of people required to do that job will be reduced. अभी हमारे बिल्डिंग में even to operate the lift there is a lift operator. Do you know? Lift operator एक नौकरी है क्या? उसको 10,000 देते हैं. Now these kind of entry level works will be obviously automated. Your AI will take care of all of these things. So the next big thing for you to concentrate is coding and obviously maths. इसलिए बोलता हूँ maths is very important. Coding and maths is very very important because when AI comes up, if you don't know coding, अभी क्या बोलते हैं सर, if we give a prompt to ChatGPT is typing the code, very good, but in an existing framework, एक existing framework, existing project है, your ChatGPT or your Gemini or your AI should be writing the code which fits that framework, which is not possible. And on top of that, when the code is written, it should be maintainable for years to come. अभी Facebook का code है, if Facebook is using AI to write the code, that code should be maintainable and you should not be getting any bugs on a daily basis. The Facebook code that they have written 10 years back should now also be working. Maintainable code लिखना है. So AI is useful for whom who are already good with coding. AI is not useful for who don't know any coding, who are completely dependent on ChatGPT. अगर तुम पूरा ChatGPT पे dependent हो, then AI is not going to help you. AI is going to be net negative for you. जिसको ऑलरेडी कोडिंग आता है, इट विल सप्लीमेंट हिम, इट विल कॉम्प्लीमेंट हिज स्किल्स एज एन एड ऑन. जिसको कुछ भी आता नहीं, कोडिंग आता नहीं, कुछ नहीं आता उसको, they will think AI is going to automate. I'm sorry to tell you, that's a surprise. It's going to be a surprise because AI is not going to be helpful for those kind of people. जिसको ऑलरेडी कोडिंग आता है, जिसको ऑब्जेक्ट क्या है पता है, क्लास क्या है पता है, what is overloading, overriding, what is oops, they will be able to survive better in the market with AI. You need to know AI also, but for your skills AI is going to be an addition, added value, that's it. And on top of it, if you want to join AI or data science as the role, I have a surprise for you. Not always, maybe data science is a little bit easy maybe to get into, that is also very very difficult. Your degree matters a lot more. Testing में all of this is not necessary. Automation especially, who can code, they are the king, they can directly get the job, not a problem. But if you are, अभी तुमने जो machine learning data science के बारे में लिखा है, machine learning तो दूर की बात है. You will never be able to get into machine learning with proper this stupid BTech degree. BTech, BSc, BCom, BCA, these kind of degrees will never get into a machine learning role for sure. You need a proper hard skills like mathematics, statistics and all. अगर ये नहीं आता है, how will I know that you have mathematics and statistics skills based on your degree, your MSc, your PhD? अभी AI में इतना पैसा है, AI में millions and millions, hundreds and millions of dollars are being given as placement, salaries. Why? Because they have done PhDs, double PhD, triple PhD, नहीं तो PhD from Stanford, नहीं तो PhD from MIT. Those kind of people are getting it. Those are hard skills that are not easy to master. It's not a 3-month course or a crash course. Naresh Shetty, Suresh Shetty नहीं देगा वो. That is a proper hard life skill that you need to master, not something that will be possible just with a crash course or 6,000 rupees of course fees. नहीं होगा वो. So if you want to get into automation, yes, don't worry. You want to start your corporate career, don't worry. Naresh Shetty and all these institutes will help you. But if you are expecting a proper machine learning role or a data science role, I am going to give you a surprise. Maybe data science is a little bit entry level data science roles you can get into, but you will be up for a surprise when I tell you. अभी PwC, नहीं तो Deloitte, the top 5 consulting firms where data science is very extensively used. JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, नहीं तो KPMG, these consulting firms use exclusive data science machine learning models for their consultation. Boston Consulting Group, बड़े बड़े consulting firms है, where your yearly salary is your monthly salary. Yearly salary, monthly salary है उससे. हम लोग बोलते हैं 10 LP है. No, there it is 10 LPM per month है वो वहाँ पे salary. But imagine what kind of skills you need to have. Your coding is paramount. इतना coding आना चाहिए. This coding is nothing. ये coding तो कुछ काम की नहीं है. Coding this is good for your automation, maybe to a certain extent to development, but AI, machine learning, data science, this might not be sufficient. And even if you are extremely good at that, नरेश IT में मेरे जैसे faculty सिखाएंगे भी तेरे को, that will not be enough for you. Why? I might be teaching you good amount of data science, but your degree does not prove it, kada? You need to have a degree for it. तेरे को एक degree नहीं है तो how will I believe that you have a proper data science knowledge or a proper maths knowledge? Those are hard math skills. तेरा degree बहुत important है वहाँ पे. तेरा नरेश IT का course certification, course completion certificate is not enough there. That is not going to be sufficient. I see a lot of people joining machine learning courses. ठीक है, machine learning join करेगा, but are they really going to employ you in the market based on machine learning? Data science के लिए at least you will have some jobs in the market. Even if you are from a stupid BTech college, you will still end up with a decent data science job. But machine learning के लिए तेरे को देगा कोई job? नरेश IT में नहीं तो कहीं और machine learning का course सीखोगे. Are you really going to get a job? I don't want to give you any positive or negative feedback. You think of it. सोचने पे तुमको समझ में आएगा. जब तुमको पता है पूरा अमीरपेट में which is the best institute, when you are able to do research, you can research on this. I don't think I have to give you more details on this. So machine learning, artificial intelligence पे don't put too much of emphasis. जो होगा सो होगा. But if you are writing code and you are good with your coding and maths, no one can replace you. Straightforward. No one can replace you. No one can do anything. At least you are sorted for the next 10 years. 10 years के बाद क्या होगा मेरे को तो पता नहीं. I can't really imagine what is going to happen. Okay? Because I myself am willing to retire at 40. If everything goes well. मेरे को काम नहीं करना उतने साल. That's what it is. And even without AI, if you still want to work for 45 years, 50 years, 60 years, मेरे पोता पोती के शादी तक मैं काम करूंगा IT में. Not my great grandchildren, I will work in the IT industry. Definitely not going to happen. With AI also, without AI also, it is not going to happen. IT industry lifespan itself is very very short for you. At a maximum of 20 years in IT industry, that's it. Lekin in other industries which you will earn in 40 years of lifespan, 40 years of work, you will earn it in 10-15 years only in this IT industry. Income is very high if you are having good skills. So that is what I say usually to students. Improve your coding. That alone is going to save you in the long run. अगर coding नहीं आता है, you can't do coding, you are up for a very brutal surprise. वहाँ पे IITs में बच्चे लोग they are preparing the next LLMs, they are preparing the next AI chatbots. No, I don't want you to compare yourself and demean. ఏదో తక్కువ చేసుకోండి మిమ్మల్ని మీరు అంటలేను నేను. I am not saying that we are less than them. हमारा जिंदगी जो है उस हिसाब से है. Don't worry about it, but put more concentration on coding. The Java that I explained you is not going to take you far in your life. It is good to crack your automation interview. It is good to crack your even development interview to a certain extent. 3/4 of your core Java is covered in this course. You need to take it as an additional thing and learn further. आगे बढ़ना है तो ये सब कुछ पढ़ना है. Because you open any अभी data science, machine learning jobs का requirements देखोगे. You open the requirements for these jobs. They are not interested in your programming skills alone. They are more interested in your degrees also. टीवी में कॉमेडीज उसमें बोलते हैं a single piece of paper cannot decide my future. I'm sorry, you are up for a surprise. Your piece of paper degree that is going to determine your future. You are not realizing it. वो बकवास है. Let me be honest with you. Computer science with AI, computer science with ML. हमारे जैसे अमीरपेट फैकल्टी जाके वहाँ के पढ़ाते हैं. I'll be honest with you. मेरे को पता है सब कुछ. I have been an industry insider. मेरे को पता है कैसा चलता है. Computer science in machine learning, computer science in artificial intelligence. ठीक है, देखते हैं कहाँ तक जाओगे. Let's see. అక్కడ మన లెక్క ఇట్లా కురియాల్ మార్కెట్ లెక్క ఉండదు కదా అక్కడ. అబ్రాడ్ ఇస్ ద లిటిల్ బిట్, అబ్రాడ్ ఇస్ అ డిఫరెంట్ బాల్ గేమ్ ఆల్ టుగెదర్. అఫ్ కోర్స్ మన వాళ్ళు జిఆర్ఎన్ కూడా రిక్ చేసిరు మన వాళ్ళు, దట్స్ అ డిఫరెంట్ థింగ్. అక్కడ పోయి అసైన్మెంట్స్ కూడా అమీర్పేట రాపిస్తారు, నీకు తెలుసో లేదు. They will go into a US university, they will get the admission in the US university, and they will still do the assignment from Amirpet only. They will still transfer the assignment to Amirpet only. You don't know that, maybe. I have been a part of these things, I know all of this. So the way we are learning is very stupid way of learning it. So that is why I say coding is very important, maths is very important. So that is why make sure you are doing a lot of coding. That is why you get lot of assignments. Get familiar to coding. Simple plain XPath लिख के job आ जाएगा टेस्टिंग में, टेस्टिंग में. Testing jobs are very easy if you ask me. Developer jobs are slightly a little bit difficult but not impossible. But AI and all, even if you are extremely talented, gate pass ही नहीं है तुम्हारे पास. You don't have the entry ticket at all. What is the entry ticket? Your degree. टेस्टिंग के लिए, डेवलपमेंट के लिए यू डोंट नीड ह्यूज डिग्रीज की जरूरत नहीं है उसमें. इफ यू हैव अ बेसिक डिग्री दैट इज इनफ. टेस्टिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट एंड ऑल टू सर्टेन एक्सटेंट, इवन डेटा साइंस इज आल्सो ओके. बट एआई एंड एमएल, if you do a stupid BTech degree like me and if you're expecting hundreds and thousands and lakhs of rupees a salary per month, not going to happen. तुम्हारा बकवास का BTech degree क्या करेगा मैं? That's what he is going to say. IITians, NITians, they are going to get it. That's a hard reality, harsh reality that we need to accept. अभी मन नहीं करता है वो एक्सेप्ट करने में हमको, हमारा ईगो बीच में आता है, बट दैट्स द रियलिटी. हाँ, क्या हुआ? हाँ, योर चेंजेस विल बी ओवररिडन. हाँ, देखो फिर कौन सा चेंजेस ओवरराइड होगा. देखो ये सब एरर आएगा. अरे यार बेटर तुम क्या करेगी? अरे तुम मेन ब्रांच में बैठ के क्यों करिए अपना काम? अबे तुम मेन ब्रांच में, यहाँ पे मेन ब्रांच बोल के दिख रहा है. अरे पुल करने के लिए मेन ब्रांच बोल के सिलेक्ट करेगी तो बस है ना. वाई टू स्विच टू मेन ब्रांच अननेसेसरीली? अरे यार तू क्या बोलती है यार. ठीक है गाइस, if anyone has got any update, let me know on Slack group. नहीं तो that's okay, उसका वो देख लेगा. एक मिनट, एक ब्रांच बना दिया मैंने, डिलीट कर दे, फिर क्या करेगी? आगे सारे फाइल्स नहीं होता है. ठीक से करेगी तो नहीं होगा. यस यू कैन लीव. शुभम, हो गया क्लास.